72. Al-Muwakkir, the delayer, the postponer, he who puts far away. Al-Muwakkir is one of the 99 names of Allah, God, mentioned in Islamic tradition. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Muwakkir in Arabic, Al-Muwakkiru, the one who wisely delays or holds back. By his will, he can detain unbelievers and hold them back on the Day of Judgment. The term al-Muwakkir is derived from the Arabic root verb akara, which means to delay, postpone, or put something behind. In the context of Allah's attributes, al-Muwakkir refers to his ability to delay or postpone things as he wills. It signifies that Allah has complete control over time and events. He can delay or defer outcomes, rewards, or punishments to a later time according to his divine wisdom and knowledge. The names Al-Muwakkir and Al-Muqaddim are two names in this series that are closely connected and should be mentioned together for complete comprehension. Al-Muqaddim is the promoter, or the one who brings forth, and the other is Al-Muwakkir, the postponer, or the one who pushes away. The first interpretation is that Al-Muwakkir is the one who pushes away whom he wills. Some of his creations are honored and promoted, like his angels, prophets, friends, and scholars. But the enemies of Islam he pushes away and banishes them. A clear example from the Quran would be the nation of Ad. And that was Ad, who rejected the signs of their Lord and disobeyed his messengers and followed the order of every obstinate tyrant. And they were, therefore, followed in this world with a curse and, as well, on the day of resurrection unquestionably, Ad denied their Lord, then away with Ad, the people of Hud, Quran 11:59-60. For the name Al-Muqaddim, no ayah in the Quran explicitly calls upon this name. Still, in the Hadith corpus, we find a supplication that the Prophet recites describing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as being Anta al-Muqaddim and wa Anta al-Muwakkir. O Allah, all the praises are for you, you are the holder of the heavens and the earth, and whatever is in them. All the praises are for you. You have the possession of the heavens and the earth and whatever is in them. All the praises are for you. You are the light of the heavens and the earth and all the praises are for you. You are the king of the heavens and the earth, and all the praises are for you. You are the truth and your promise is the truth, and to meet you is true. Your word is the truth and paradise is true and hell is true and all the prophets, peace be upon them, are true, and Muhammad is true, and the day of resurrection is true. O Allah, I surrender my will to you, I believe in you and depend on you. And repent to you, and with your help I argue, with my opponents, the non-believers. And I take you as a judge, to judge between us, please forgive me my previous and future sins. And whatever I concealed or revealed and you are the one who make, some people, forward and, some, backward, there is none to be worshipped but you. In the Quran, one verse refers to the words Qadama and Muwakkir, which, if we analyze, can further help us understand the meaning of both names. Man will be informed that day of what he sent ahead and kept back, Quran 75:13. In this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is instructing us to hasten to do good because on the day of resurrection, we will bring forth, Qadama, all of our deeds. And they will testify to the good or bad that we've done. Next, it mentions, Muwakkir, things we've left behind or kept back. This implies different meanings. Some commentators suggest it can mean leaving behind evil on earth, others interpret it in the affirmative, leaving behind a good legacy that perpetuates good for him. Even after he has returned to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for example, Sadaqah Jariyah, a perpetual, ongoing charity. Allah's Messenger said, "He who introduced some good practice in Islam which was followed after him, by people, he would be assured of reward like one who followed it, without their rewards being diminished in any respect, and he who introduced some evil practice in Islam which had been followed subsequently, by others, he would be required to bear the burden like that of one who followed this evil practice, without theirs being diminished in any respect." One thing that's important to understand is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't just delay or demote things for quote-unquote bad people, for lack of a better term. Some pious people are delayed in marriage or in having kids. Each person has their own fitna, meaning trial, to the level Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows they're capable of shouldering. And we will surely test you with something of fear and hunger and a loss of wealth and lives and fruits, but give good tidings to the patient. 2-155. And Allah does not charge a soul except with that within its capacity. 2-286. We must recognize He is Alim al-Hakim, the all-knowing, the all-wise, and see that things don't just happen, they happen just, i.e., by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We can even briefly study the lives of the prophets to understand how He delays even those closest to Him. For example, in the story of Prophet Ayub, as he lost everything in a great tragedy that killed all his children, in the account of Ibn Kathir. Satan once again visited Ayub disguised as sympathizing bystander, and remarked with sorrow, "The circumstances under which your children died were sad. Surely, your Lord is not rewarding you properly for all your prayers." Ayub responded, "Allah gives me what is good for me, and takes away what Allah sees that is displeasing for him and for me. Allah sees that all of these children may be a strong test and trial for me, so Allah took them away from me. Whether a thing is beneficial or harmful to me, I will remain firm in my belief and remain thankful to my Creator." The same can be said for Prophet Nuh, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed mercy. He gave people every chance to listen and seek His guidance, but only a few did. Prophet Nuh, as had to endure 950 years of preaching to an unreceptive and at times hostile crowd, and we certainly sent Noah to his people. And he remained among them 1,000 years minus 50 years, and the flood seized them while they were wrongdoers. Quran 29:14. Even when the flood came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a clear sign of their disobedience, Nuh, as wife and son was among deniers, and they drowned in the flood. But the son answered, "I shall betake myself to a mountain that will protect me from the waters." Said Noah, "Today there is no protection for anyone from God's judgment, save for those who have earned His mercy." And a wave rose up between them, and the son was among those who were drowned. Quran 11:43. From these two names, Al-Muqaddim and Al-Muakhir, the believer understands whether Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decrees for us promotion or delay, we must not waver in our faith. Wallahu khairul makirin, Allah is the best of planners. We must accept His decree graciously and endure patiently, for there is wisdom in it. And if you have fallen back, do not despair. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Muqaddim, the one brings forward. This is why it's important to mention the names together, so as to not lose hope in Him. There is nothing that can't stop Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mercy and to increase you in all aspects of living a good life, so never despair. As long as you are breathing, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can improve your situation. As Prophet Ayub said, I will remain firm in my belief and remain thankful to my Creator.